Okay.
beautiful.
So I'll go ahead and run a commercial then, and we'll get connected. So stand by, guys, and we'll actually keep talking because I don't think everyone sees the commercials. But yeah.
Yeah. So that inspired me. So Clay and I are pretty much full-time employees of esports in our regular time jobs. Well, Clay has something to say about that, but we don't have a whole lot of time to play video games anymore, which is a crying shame. It is our passion after all. And I took it upon myself to free up some time. I said, this weekend is dedicated to video games. I'm going to learn some esports again, and by learn, I mean take off the training wheels and play some
Just
Counter-Strike
don't
again.
mention the one game that you've been learning because no one here will like it. So.
Yeah, well, that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to alienate myself from the audience. But I went back into Counter-Strike. I learned Counter-Strike again from the fundamental standpoint. Clearly, we have a good grasp on the meta. We know what we're talking about. But
Yeah,
when it
I need
comes
to get my aim back a little bit because some of the other CEVO staffers have been wanting to play lately, and they're like, "How come you don't play with us?" And it's like, yeah, I'm just busy right now."
Clay's
But
just
really,
acting
it's
on top, like, I don't want to embarrass you guys.
I don't want to look terrible because my aim is non-existent at the moment. So yeah, it'd be nice to get that back a little bit and not bottom frag whenever we play with those guys. But yeah.
That's precisely it. That's exactly what I did. I hopped into DM. I was like, my hand-eye coordination's got to come back. I got to get my nice 3-burst, 4-burst, 1-tap down. I have to feel good about it because if I can't play Counter-Strike at a high level, I feel like I can't cast Counter-Strike at a high level. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but I think we still have pretty good understandings of the game, even though we can't hit shots. But those two things aren't necessarily hand in hand with each other.
What's that old adage? For those who cannot do, they teach.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. That applies to us so well that it's amazing.
It is. 5 members of Artyk Gaming in the server, just waiting on the last 2 members of iBUYPOWER. So far, Skadoodle, Adren, and Angerance here. So just waiting on Dazed and AZK.
Yeah. Somebody in chat said, you lost faith, and then the next guy says, everybody did, it wasn't just me, and he's talking about the Cole versus Titan match. And, yeah, I mean, at the very end, it was 16-14, it was Shoxy versus a hot and cold, streaky Anger, and everybody was like...
Well, it was a 1v2, and then Shoxy pulls him. Like
right.
I said, I still can't remember who was in the pit.
It might have been AZK, but whatever it was a dirty shot. It was a one-tap, and then we were like, oh, Shoxy.
Oh, no. Yeah, I thought it was going to be... he pulls off that crazy shot and he was just going to do another one onto Anger, but Anger held it down and secured the win, and I couldn't be happier.
We screamed. We screamed.
We did.
Can you believe what you just saw holistically? Not that last game. The last game was fantastic, but every game was fantastic, and the least likely things happened. Titan lost on Nuke, and iBUYPOWER won. I mean, lost on Cash. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What?
That's what Daze said in his interview with Dunn at the end there. He said if anyone was holding that, if they would have beat Titan on Nuke and Inferno and lost on Cash, he would have said, "You guys are freaking crazy." I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure we went full on forum troll when they lost on Cash, and we were like, "Dream's dead."
Oh, great!
Like, I gotta go run errands. See ya.
Yeah, I think I left on the beginning of Nuke and was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna assume this one's over."
You know who lost faith? Clay did.
Clay did lose faith, and I came back. I walked by my computer and saw the score, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, I texted him, and Clay's like, "Oh my god!" And then we both ended up watching the rest of it. It was really, really fun. And kudos. And let's back up a second. Let's talk about what a lot of viewers don't understand is how much work went into that sort of production to make it as enjoyable as it was. Thank you very much to ESEA for putting on a great LAN, and congratulations to them for picking up as many viewers and participants as they did. I think I saw on the EU coverage by Anders maybe a top end of 15, 16K. And then on the US channel, I saw another 3 to 6K. So that's a lot of people watching Counter-Strike, especially for what people would consider on the the international scale, a smaller LAN like ESEA.
Yeah, no, it is indeed. Good to see that Counter-Strike is growing. That's good news for us. But yeah, I enjoy it immensely, and it was good to see Andrews out there casting. I enjoy watching Andrews cast. I mean, I know the ESEA production team put on a good show, but Mr. Anders is quite the funny guy, especially when he had, who did he have on? Semler and then Thorn, I believe?
Yeah. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of Semler, but much respect to how much work and they put
I
into.
was more referring to Thorn and the ridiculous things that they were talking about on stream, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, here at CEVO, we're a little bit more censored, preserved in what we can and can't say about genitals and you know, pastimes when you're at home alone.
It's
but
that time.
Thorn doesn't have those reservations, and I think it was a fantastic topic. I know because we were off camera that we laughed till we died.
Yes, yes.
Here we go,
are going
right?
live here. Yep. Do your.
You guys are watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops, and you're watching the playoffs, right? iBUYPOWER is still in another series of the playoffs, and so is Artyk Gaming. This is CEVO-Main. iBUYPOWER versus Artyk. DE Inferno, join me, will you? We've got a good one for you. Let's take a look at the break. Hopefully they don't do that restart that everyone hates, like not live, and then I look dumb.
No, we're live.
Okay, we're live. Well, the overhead and take a look at the first split that we got. We're going to see everybody, pretty much everybody, goes up safety with one Czech person up the bench side to protect. It looks like Hadrick was the recipient of way too many nades. He's down to 15 health already, while everybody else waits. Safety side, there's a pop flash to blind in when it comes out. AZK wanted to get the one shot. He pulls the very nothing-esque execution at the porch side. One kill traded out for Artyk to 2 by iBUYPOWER. We got one on top of the Ivy. Check there, guys. Make sure you don't get taken out. And they do. They do. Days goes down very, very easily. It's pretty even with overall... Well, anger. Change that topic real quickly. I was going to say overall lives lived, but never mind. 2 men planting. They'll have to get this money down to give themselves a chance to buy early on because of the reduced economy for the terrorists, and iBUYPOWER pulls off a good retake successfully on a single plant, but not ultimately winning a T side on this first round.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I think they just kind of got stopped. Those flashes mid really didn't work out how they expected him to. As he saw, that was AZK over in the porch side of mid. He wasn't flashed at all. He was able to pick up 1 kill and you know, notify his team that they were going. But not too bad by Artyk Gaming. That pistol round actually resembled what we pull on when we were back in team fixation. But yeah, know, having 3 people go up mid and then 2 trying to go banana, and then the 2 guys at banana just kind of got beat out by Anger and Days. So
right.
I think that
Let's
was
talk
the
about that flash. Actually, throwing that flash from deep, getting it to pop right around the corner is pretty good, but it only affects people who are playing close. And Skadoodle will step out into this hallway. He'll execute 2 and drop out, knowing that there's a 3rd one chasing him. There's a cleanup crew. That's AZK who came around the backside, bringing down Public Enemy, and Casablancas gets cleaned up right after that. Quick round, and back to the topic we were covering. That flash will detonate so fast that that little sliver on the port side that AZK plays, that many players play, won't be blinded. And most teams these days take it upon themselves to throw a high sky flash, eschewing the bounce flash, because the bounce teams and players can hear, they'll flick it away, but the high sky flash that comes over the building will give you that blinding effect that you're looking for.
Exactly, and you don't really look for a counter-terrorist to be playing up close in the middle areas too much on those first rounds, because you do usually expect some type of rush from terrorists.
Here's the 3rd round, not surprised by the weapons for iBUYPOWER, all in the rifle tier class, so they should match up pretty well with the T side here. Public Enemy gets the first kill in the round. That's Dazed who goes down, and now it falls on 4 iBUYPOWER players left to hold their sights. 2-2 split. There is no swingman anymore, so the support player, the number 3 man, most likely a Dren in this scenario. Oh, what the hell was that? Public Enemy has no idea where that came from. The invisible through the smoke touchdown nade brings him down, and it's all evened up again. That was a good throw. Very instinctual play by a Dren. So like I said, there's no more advantage. It's a 2-2 split. There's no support player. Now it's 2 isolated cells, 1 team of 2 in B, 1 team of 2 in A. It looks like the commitment happens to be at B. That will leave a Dren and Anger to defend the onslaught. Anger's good for the first one. And here comes a slow entrance. Casablancas looks to find him in the corner. Not enough communication there. Hadrick could not cover his back. 3 instantaneous kills. iBUYPOWER takes it 3-0, forcing another eco.
Artyk Gaming, I mean, they got that early kill on Days with those AK-47s that they bought on the round 3 surprise buy, but they didn't really press the issue over at B. I mean, you know, it's Dazed and Anger playing that B position, and they take out 1 man, but... And they were left with 5 alive. Only Public Enemy was low enough on health to get killed by the nade, which if they would have just kept pressing B, I think they would have had more success.
I would almost say that round was just a bit of misfortune there. You had a very pivotal point, a pivotal piece to your strat. Oh, friendly fire. Bruno the Beast gets taken out, and so does PCK. So this round not starting well, even though it was an eco round, and Casablancas is the only one left. It was unfortunate in the last round because that piece, that entry fragger, Public Enemy got taken out by that long distance nade, and it just got kind of
yeah,
fell
but
apart.
like I said, I feel like they went in and got that kill on Days and then kind of rotated back out like they were going to try to pull some tricky play going back up to mid, and that's when he got hit by the nade. If they would have just committed to the site, they probably would have been able to mow Anger down as well. I mean, you know, Anger versus 5 people, he can't get that clutch, but you know, five guys from Artyk Gaming with decent shots, they should be able to take him out and then get that bomb planted.
Yeah, very, very true. So it looked like a partial buy. Hadrick is sporting a P250 because he was down in cash due to his TK. For the rest, all AKs, no op on the field, which is a common tactic for teams who are not the invite level teams. They'll use an op because they feel the one-shot kill can be a great equalizer for teams that may be slightly better in aiming or execution than they are. And I would agree with that. I would use an op to try to beat a team like iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, especially at B when these guys are playing pushed up, as you see. It's a good, easy way to pick up picks like you just mentioned.
Dazed will take on Hadrick. Hadrick leaves him desperately wounded. 7 HP left. He almost trades him out there. Good rounds for Artyk Gaming. I like to point out for the fact that Artyk, they're hitting their entry shots. They're getting the better of iBUYPOWER here, but it's the teamwork after the initial entry that seems to be the downfall. I like to point out one particular instance where they tried to break into B. They have Anger at the corner. They kind of go spraying him down, and they could get the kill, but as they chase him, Adren pops out, and they have to be prepared for that second player. It's the communication after the entry frag. That's one of those complex mechanisms that many main level teams that are not yet invite level teams need to perfect before they can be considered top level teams.
Yeah, you know, that's Skadoodle with a nice op shot coming out of mid. I don't think he's gonna peek again, but there's Adren dropping a smoke. But yeah, I just want to comment on that. Yeah, that's one of the things that iBUYPOWER actually mentioned helped him win the round. I'll get back to that later. We got actually
yeah. So 2 kills there, a headshot apiece. Anger and Dazed both press up Banana and make it extremely hard for anyone to enter into here. Clay, I think you were about to say something like Dazed was very, very adamant about making sure that you play aggressively and trade aggressively.
Exactly. That's one thing we're noticing. They are hitting those entry shots, but there's a member of iBUYPOWER there to help pick up that one guy who does hit that shot to get that 1-for-1 trade. And that's one thing that Dazed mentioned in his interview was, you know, that's what they committed to playing at, had to that type of style to play as in the finals of ESA LAN against Very Games or Titan. They made sure that every kill mattered, and if they did lose a player, they were going to get a kill or a trade in return, and that's what helped them pick up those games.
Yeah, if you will, for me, after these kills here, AZK and Skadoodle getting the first ones, another kill by AZK before the trades from Public Enemy and Hadrick. 2 left on a partial, no, it's not a micro buy, it's just a P250 expensive eco round, if you'll call it that. 2 left, and Bruno the Beast felt like he could get lucky charging the yellow car, spraying through, but he did not. 1 left, he has the bomb, but not much of a chance. He'll stand at logs and get taken down by Anger. It's 7-0. I wanted to hit Q and pull up the total kill cache. There's a plateau, right? There's a plateau for how much cash you can earn as both teams, and you can see iBUYPOWER set the tone early.
Well, no plateau for iBUYPOWER so far. There's it's just a steady line going straight out there.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that the rate of gain is significantly dulled for a team like iBUYPOWER, who's on a 7-round win streak here. So Artyk Gaming, they've got a poor situation facing them. They're kind of buried in cash, and they're getting entry kills. They're doing just fine on entry kills. They just cannot seem to wrap their heads around what to do after. So let's analyze, Clay. I know you don't like this question, but how do you get that second phase? Skadoodle, by the way, steps out, crouch, peeks, PCK, and brings him down.
Well, like I said, you know, earlier, I think if they just commit to where they're going to get these entry kills, they would have more success. You know, they're getting the entry kills on one man in B, but then they're not following it up. If they, you know, have more people there to follow it up and get that second person when he's there to try to trade, then they would have the site all to themselves and they could get a ball down and, you know, defend it.
Public Enemy stepped out and fought a completely blind AZK, not able to control his recoil, so AZK got the better of him. A bit disappointing for him because he would have been able to equalize. As it stands, 3 left, and they're going to press Banana. Anger drops back. He lets Daze know that people are coming. Daze steps out trying to combat, and Anger will have to clean up where Daze was unable to capitalize. Bruno the Beast and Hadrick left. There's a good kill there. Bruno will crowd spray, and we know that's hard to do in CSGO. We'll get a bomb plant down, give themselves some cash, and maybe a chance to win the round. Adren's through that smoke. We'll wonder if he pushes through. AZK on the flank will come up through Banana. There's the kill. That's one at Barbecue. One left. Bruno the Beast at the spools. Now he's tagged. He has to find multiple. He will spray wildly and not even try to control it, which is a bit surprising. Here's the defuse. Picks up one. Almost had a second. Adren opts him through the smoke. Question mark.
Was that
and then
jumping? Oh, no, okay. I think that was AZK who was jumping around like crazy.
AZK, by the way, is 13-1. Great rounds and great half for him.
Yeah, they're all doing great, and even Anger is picking it up as well. He's, I think he's probably gained a little bit of confidence after that clutch win on the finals. So, because like I said before, you know, lately he hasn't been playing up to par, in my opinion, honestly. But you know, the finals he kind of got it back, and now I think he's starting to show that he's one of those top tier riflers that we know him as.
Right, that's kind of a critically and unfairly high standard we hold Anger to, but he's done it to himself, so it's fair to hold him to that standard now. One thing that I want to say though, there's a clear separation in the level of play that we're seeing here. iBUYPOWER is a level above, and Artyk is I think doing their best, but maybe are a bit overmatched in today's match, and that's not to say that they will not be able to. Oh, nice. There you go. That's another good entry frag. And maybe we characterize Artyk as good entry fraggers. AZK will trade out Public Enemy, however, and Casablancas will return the favor to AZK. The thing that I'm saying, though, is iBUYPOWER is already a CEVO-P team. By the way, there's a CEVO-P league now.
Yeah.
And I think there were like 8 teams already.
Yeah, so that separation of skill that we had this season won't be as dramatic as next season, hopefully. So
right. In CEVO-P, we have already 8 teams. iBUYPOWER, Cole, Reliable, both of them. Mousepats, a bunch of good teams, and that will separate the level of play here, and maybe even out the competition. But you know, we're not going to count Artyk out just yet. They have the components. You can see that they clearly understand the concept of entry, right? It's the follow up.
Exactly. Yeah. They seem to be having trouble with that, and you know, if they get that concept of, you know, we just got to follow up and, you know, be confident in our kills, they should have been able to get into B. I've counted like at least 5 times now that they could have gotten in and gotten a bomb down at the least.
Look at this, a 2-on-2. Daze and Skadoodle will have to face off and try to retake the site. Skadoodle's already legged. He's at down to 10 health, and if they just leave him there, he's not going to be very effective on the move with a nade for the back corner because they know where he is. Bruno the Beast gets the first kill. Skadoodle will go down, and Daze now has to try to clutch. He's getting shot in the back. He'll lose the round, and Artyk posts the first one. That is a huge mental hurdle to overcome. Yeah,
Daze thought that Bruno was going to be coming behind him outside of that construction area, which he just smartly retreated back to the B site area. So that's why he was looking backwards at kind of suspiciously, not suspiciously, but just like, what are you doing, Daze? But yeah, that's what he was looking for at that time. So
what are you doing, Daze? That's I'm sure that's what he was thinking here. Let's pull up the overhead, if we will, Clay, so just to give everybody an idea of the strat here. Artyk has been moving toward mid and hitting consistent entries in the port side and our side, and what they've kind of had a 50-50 toss-up on is entering into B when fighting against Daze and Anger. They seem content, however, to keep pressing for this because they seem to think that this is their advantage, or maybe B is their stronger site. We'll see. It's a spread out look here, but the bomb is leaning toward B, so we're thinking that that's where they want this strat to eventually end up. Got a static hold here, Clay. For defaults like this, it's probably smart to try to do a delay here. Well, Anger gets a flash from his teammate, steps out and logs 2 early kills because of the assisted flash and peek. It's smart, right? Because teams like iBUYPOWER may get impatient. They may think they're playing down to the competition, though they may play aggressively like they just did. And if you do delay on a map like this, maybe you'll catch them.
Yeah, and it almost worked out for him, but they had a couple other set pieces placed on the other side of the map in mid, and wow, he just got sandwiched by iBUYPOWER. But yeah, so, you know, if they just had a couple more members of their team over there, but I understand, you know, they're actually trying to do set pieces over in mid and try to get other picks as well, so they're not just trying to focus everything onto one side, which is smart.
Yeah, 9-1, iBUYPOWER leads by 8, Artyk Gaming. Thinking of ways to climb back into this one. It's getting a little late in the half and they're down in cash, but there's still a slight chance that they can come out with a respectable half, and here comes a eco round. They'll charge into the banana looking to push Anger out. Yeah, they've got a fire nade, by the way, and it lands right at the feet, and with no armor, fire nade is no fun. Casablancas might be the first victim. They've gotten dazed, Anger gets a fire kill and a rifle kill. Somebody tries to knife him. They won't even relent, and Anger will clean it all up. He's got an ace. It's an eco ace, by the way, so I'm not going to scream. But I like aces, and I like when aces include fire kills.
Yeah, those 2 grenades from Anger and Daze just pretty much destroyed all of Artyk Gaming right there on the half. I think no one was above 50% health when they came into B. So, yeah, those fire grenades that they laid down as well just completely decimated them.
Our audience is being a bit disparaging against Artyk, right? So it's wholly unfair to say that anybody facing off against a team that's now probably considered top 10, if not top 5, if not in American Hearts top 1, to be, you know, any sort of good measurement for competition here. iBUYPOWER is just a very, very strong squad right now, and it's evidenced by their recent play. Skadoodle has a very hard time picking up that shot against PCK.
Look at the lurk.
Has the huge lurk and brings down Daze and Anger with a free bomb plant. Parting gift that gets an extra 300 on the exit of the round. 2 rounds for Artyk Gaming, and that's got to feel really good.
Yeah, it definitely does, and they played it good. You know, they hit their entry shots, like you said, had the different set pieces moving, and then had Bruno lurking in the banana, and, you know, that could have been just cockiness from iBUYPOWER deciding not to check that corner, but it did not work out well for him at all, as we saw he picked up that double.
That was excellent patience by Bruno. We've seen multiple times in the ESEA LAN tournament and other tournaments to be sure, where players were very, very careful about letting someone pass because Shoxy or
a la Shoxy, yes.
Yeah. And they would let 2 pass. They would wait for another, and then they would go for the troll kill, but it wasn't really trolling. It was like, just, I gotta be careful. I cannot get caught like this. So, 3 dead for Artyk Gaming. Hadrick and Public Enemy left there. Skadoodle will get taken out. He's had a couple of close run-ins that he's lost recently. Oh, good reflexive kill. Public Enemy has 2 to his name this round. It's a 3 versus 2, but Public Enemy is very wounded. Skadoodle had one affair at the pit where he couldn't lock up the kill, and then he just lost another close battle with the boiler. Maybe he hasn't warmed up for today, but he's losing some close rifle battles.
Yeah, and we see, look at this, Hadrock is down over at the T-stairs waiting for his teammate to come, but I think Public Enemy is going to be seen by Daze coming up, and he does go down. And yeah, you see Anger is actually pushed up in the banana, so Hadrock is in a tight position right here, and I'm sure he's got to know that Anger is probably still in the vicinity.
Yeah, and Anger kind of knows that his opponent is still kind of in the vicinity. Here comes the kill. There you go. Instant execution, 11-2. iBUYPOWER leads by a lot, and they're looking pretty good. You know, if you're on CT side, you're iBUYPOWER, you're looking to clean up these playoffs, you're in the lower bracket again. You're facing the same sort of circumstance where you'll have to go to the finals, you'll have to face a top team, and you'll have to overcome them with more games won than the upper bracket will have. And I think there's a pretty good chance their opponent, Clay, could be Complexity.
I think yeah, I would agree with that. Sorry to cut you off.
No. iBUYPOWER has really set the tone that they can more than accomplish that, and I think Complexity knows it. And even if their season's over, it might be a pride game, right? Because the prize pool this season, and it's different next season, but this season is not so large. There's something to be proven for both squads going into the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the US scene, you know, we got ESEA and CEVO as the top 2 leagues, I would say. So, you know, iBUYPOWER just claimed ESEA, so now they got to come claim CEVO rights. Someone in chat just said, you know, iBUYPOWER not giving Artyk any respect. And honestly, I gotta say, I disagree, because if they weren't given any respect, they'd be buying Negevs and just trolling like we've seen some invite level teams do. And I gotta say, iBUYPOWER has to be one of the classiest invite level teams, in my opinion, in terms of giving respect to the lower level teams here in CEVO.
They understand, for the most part, what community building is, and though they may, you know, kind of wish they didn't have to play at a level that's not at the competition that they're expecting, they definitely will give their... Oh, Hadrick, speaking of competition they weren't expecting, Daze has to try to clutch. He gets it. Oh, he turns on Bruno, gets an absolutely savage kill. Bruno thought he had him dead to rights, but he doesn't. Daze has a 3-man clutch, and he's forced into it. It's the last round. Our number 2 man is who we're going to follow, and hopefully we get some fireworks here, because Daze, you know what he's capable of. He'll smoke the pit, he'll look for more. He sees that man above the fence of the graveyard, and he loses his life. iBUYPOWER is winning the half 12-3. Artyk has at least a pistol round buffer to try to turn this one around. So back on topic. They're very respectful of the teams they play against, and I think early on, we saw invite teams. It might have been Complexity, it might have been iBUYPOWER, who didn't really get the message. They played early in the season. We saw in Dust 2, they literally all Cash, sorry, they literally all bought auto snipers.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do. And then we also had a few, you know, people just like buy Negevs and messing around like that. But either way, but yeah, I mean, you know, we just saw the 3 rounds that Artyk Gaming got right now were actually really good rounds, and there were, like I said, at least 5 different times where I thought Artyk Gaming could have taken B. They just didn't follow up on their entry kills like we talked about. So I mean, I would definitely not say that they're a bad team in any respect. You know, they got pretty good aim, and they just got to refine what to do after they get these important kills, and how to, you know, fully effectively take these sites. And, you know, hopefully if they go back and review this tape, they'll win.
Yeah. It's not like they can afford to get rusty, too. They're still in this tournament, and a very good Exertus team and Complexity are still out there waiting for them, lurking. iBUYPOWER has to get back up and make it to the lower bracket finals and the grand finals to really make this one a sealed deal. Bruno DeBeast is the last one. He's our number 0. He's got dualies, and I have to say they tend to be thought of as joke weapons, but I love him. He will engage AZK and lose that battle. However, 13-3, iBUYPOWER has taken it, and presumably will win 1 to 2 more rounds to round out the ecos. Yeah,
dualies, they're no joke sometimes. I know we've seen Hiko use them quite a bit, but they seem actually pretty freaking accurate on the first few shots. So if you just, you know, get those 3 clicks onto the head, you're gonna get a kill. So
yeah, longtime favorite of Get Right, too. I've seen some very entertaining kills from dualies.
Yeah.
iBUYPOWER is sporting rifle-class weapons with the exception of a P90 for AZK. All good choices considering. Here comes the push. That shadow will peek out just a little bit there. You got to understand the dynamics of the lighting on the map. You'll give away your position if you walk out slowly like that. Hadrick will get 1 kill. He'll recover a weapon. No, he won't. He will surrender the weapon. Dazed brings down Bruno DeBeast. We're down to just 1. Hadrick, who happens to be in the corner, gets 1 kill. Oh, no, actually it was Daze who just executed the Dren.
he was getting that kill onto Hadrock, and he didn't care how.
Look, friend, I'm getting these kills. Stay out of my show.
Do you lose a kill for KSing still?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
You'll lose a lot of money, you lose a kill.
I know you lose money, I just didn't know if it affected your actual score.
Yeah. Different clients over the history of Counter-Strike have negated that, but on the base level, the game will always deduct a kill. A couple of nades deployed early and flashes to give away some positions. They're looking to clean this one up, and iBUYPOWER has to know it's sort of a force buy there. Oh, early dink has to be so disappointing for Public Enemy, who thought he had Daze dead to rights. They both live after both being dinked. Daze will lose his life. Couple of trades, all in favor of Artyk Gaming until Anger responds. It's down to a 2-on-2. Hadrick and Casablancas will have to defend the site because they know the T's have taken and seized A. Here comes the bomb plants, I believe. We'll just wait for Anger to stop moseying around. 2-man retake. They'll choose to go from the same side here. 1 in the pit, we know that. Skadoodle behind the cross, waiting in the pit. 1 in the site, that's Anger, he's giving away his position. Skadoodle steps out and tries to engage. He cannot see thanks to that blocking blue car. He'll clean up Casablancas. It's 15-3, and we're on to the game point. It's been a quick one, Clay, but iBUYPOWER, if anybody, is going to make it a really, really quick game. That
was a really, really nice flash by Anger right there, and you know Skadoodle called it for him. He saw that there were 2 coming on the side right there from the pit, and he's like, hey, why don't you go and throw that flash out there for me? And then just made that job much easier for Skadoodle to pick up one of those kills, and then they were able to of course, 2v1 Hadrock there, so nice job, and those are the types of nades that we see from the top level team play. Top level teams, as Anger just gets the kill, and they're doing a full rush into B, so take it away.
So this very well could be the end of the match here, just pistols and a swag. Oh my god! What am I seeing? Skadoodle's the last one left, and he is stalking Bruno. He'll get a 1-tap in a moment here. He did this in the LAN. He wants the knife kill, or he'll just spray bullets and not hit Bruno at all. That was a little embarrassing, but he gets the kill. Picks up a bomb, has 1 at the truck, engages another one, has 1 behind him in the site at the back left. He'll get really pinned, by the way. He'll have to choose which way to engage. It's down to a 2-on-1. If he can isolate this one player, it's down to a 1-on-1. PCK with the swag versus Skadoodle with the AK. Be the hero, PCK. It's what we all want. Here comes the bomb plant and a fake plant. PCK wants to walk through the smoke. Skadoodle knows where he is. Cleans up the kill with the Glock and quad clutches. By the way, hats off to you, Hadrick. What a way to finish your game. That was amazing.
That was. He put out the nade and then was able to get 3 headshots with the pistol. Nice stop. Very nice stop. Unfortunately, his team just couldn't convert it, and Skadoodle decided to go beast mode on him, do a little beast mode action of his own. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and do a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back, fellas. Actually, we'll just keep talking since not everyone sees it.
That's right. So we have only, I see the iBUYPOWER symbols going up. That was a fun last round for a game that was, for the most part, lackluster, and that was a good way to send everybody off. Tonight is just an off night, right? We basically cast this season on Mondays and Thursdays. Next season we'll be on 4 days a week, and we do off. This season we're doing off dates where people reschedule, and we'll do a show on Tuesdays or we'll do a show on Wednesdays, and following suit tonight we only have one game for you. I'm sorry.
Yep. But Thursday, I believe we have Exertus versus Complexity, so stay tuned for that one. And also we'll be doing, I think we'll have a filler from IM or Open playoffs in there as well.
Whoa, there is no such thing as a filler playoff game, Clay. Come on.
Was calling it a filler a bad thing, I guess? Okay.
I mean, let's respect the IM and Open teams. Tomorrow is aspiring IBPs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Season 4 coming up. If you guys haven't seen the announcement, I'm going to put a link in chat for you. CEVO Professional League has been announced, as we talked about a little bit. 16 pro teams going to be in there. And also prize pots have been increased to 6,750, I believe. 225% increase. Plus crowdfunding, which we haven't really talked about too much, but I think there's going to be a release on that later this week.
Please follow the channel if you feel so inclined. We would very much appreciate it. It helps us grow. It also gives you more CS to watch throughout the week. And by the way, if you hadn't checked it out, check out the placement tournament. Your Open team that doesn't deserve to be an Open, you can make it all the way to main in one fell swoop. Clay covered the rest. I hope for the rest of the tournament or the playoffs that you'll be with us, and I hope next season you'll be watching CEVO-P on this channel.
Yes, absolutely. It's very exciting. But other than that, I think that's it for us. Do you have anything else?
No. Tune in next time, as Clay said, for Exertus versus Complexity.
Yes, and thrilling Open or intermediate level
You even choked while you were saying
well,
it.
because I choked saying intermediate. I was going to say invite instead. That's not choking on that, okay? Jesus. Anyways, whatever. That's it for us tonight. I'm Klops here with Cotton, or, you know, some people call him Rambo. We'll just leave that up to the viewers. But anyways, that's it for us tonight, guys. We hope you follow our Twitch channel. Check out Facebook and Twitter as well. Follow those. And also, if you want to see any of our videos on demand, go to youtube.com/playcevo. Everything is up posted on there. Other than that, thanks again for watching. Have a good night.
See ya.